need stuff done, visit the Fine Arts Building. Fab is in its name.
You're watching Newsline 14, live on Topper Station.
Good afternoon, Hilltoppers. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Newsline 14. I'm Annalise Murphy.
And I'm Kaylee Carpino. In a couple minutes, we'll tell you more about how West Liberty University is celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month.
But first, for your top story this afternoon, West Liberty University's Board of Governors rejected a motion to extend President W. Franklin Evans' contract another year. Now, this extension would have ran from January 1st, 2023 until December 31st of that same year. After taking a voice vote, the result was 8-4 with nays winning. The decision to reject a contract extension was made on August 17th, just about a week before the start of classes.
And we do have an update for you this afternoon. WLU's Board of Governors selected a presidential search committee who will lead the search for the university's 38th president. Representatives in this community include faculty, alumni, staff, student body, and all members of the Board of Governors. Applicants for WLU's next leader will be accepted until November 1st, 2022. President W. Franklin Evans' contract expires on December 31st of this year. The search committee voted last Friday to consider a paid professional search firm to aid in the process.
And we have an update from Campus Police this afternoon. Campus Police sent out a memo this week concerning the theft of catalytic converters on campus. Police stated that in the past 2 weeks, 3 people reported their catalytic converters being stolen from their vehicles overnight. The vehicles targeted on campus have all been Hondas, as they sit up higher than most cars. Police suggested the suspects are using a saw to cut the catalytic converter from underneath. If you have a vehicle that remains on campus, be sure to check it daily and make sure that it has not been targeted. All you need to do is start your vehicle to hear if it is working properly. Contact the police to file a report if your catalytic converter has been stolen or if you observe anyone that might be working on the vehicle.
The Pine Room podcast consists of athletic alumni who will take part in a competition called Show of Hands. Show of Hands is an entrepreneur pitch contest that is coordinated by the Wheeling Heritage. This event took place on Wednesday, September 28th at 6 p.m. at the Wheeling Artisan Center. Each participant was challenged to present a 4-minute sales pitch. The audience was tasked to vote on the winning sales pitch. The winning startup received $3,000 in funding. We will bring you updates on who took home the $3,000. If they win, the money will go towards purchasing more production equipment.
The university began the celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month and has fun events planned between now and October 15th. Hispanic and Latino people make up nearly 1 in 5 of the U.S. population, according to recent census numbers. WLU's Associate Professor of Spanish, Dr. Felipe Rojas, encourages students, staff, and faculty to participate in the events planned throughout the month. Dr. Rojas says participation in these events helps us become what he calls global citizens.
We're not just citizens of West Liberty or of West Virginia or of the United States, but we're global citizens. So being able to relate to other cultures or peoples or know a little bit about their culture is important to becoming global citizens. And I feel like that's really important.
Events will include teachings of Hispanic cultures, feature prizes, and light snacks. Dr. Monica Cossey, Special Assistant to the President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, also has several virtual presentations scheduled featuring Latino scholars. A full look at the event celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month can be found over on West Liberty University's Media Relations website at westliberty.edu/news.
Following a sewage line week on July 10th, the West Virginia University Chapel is closed for ongoing maintenance. Campus Ministry has relocated its services to the basement of the West Liberty Methodist Presbyterian Church. As of now, no events or services can be held inside the chapel due to ongoing maintenance. The status of sewage line work on the chapel is unknown. In addition to problems associated with the sewage, maintenance and contractors must also evaluate the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, as well as the leaking roof. Students can now visit campus ministry at their temporary location at West Liberty Methodist Presbyterian Church, also known as the Federated Church, located beside the University Place Apartments. Bridgeport School District is short-staffed. Bridgeport Superintendent Brent Ripley says the lack of part-time employees is strongly affecting full-time employees. These positions include bus drivers, custodians, and lunchroom workers. Ripley stated that this has been an issue stemming back to last year. Ripley not only had to be the superintendent of the school district, he also had to drive one of the school's buses. Ripley also stated that principals have had to step into classrooms. Although Ripley stated that they were making do with the situation they were dealt, he pleads for people to apply to these part-time jobs to help take the load off the full-time positions.
And taking a look at some more local news, on Sunday, Marshall County Sheriff's Office got a distressing call that a 15-year-old girl was missing. Brooke Beck was seen on Saturday in Marshall County around 1 a.m. Officials urged the public to call if they knew anything that was remotely related to the missing girl. Finally, on Monday, the teen was found safe. She is currently with her parents at this time. And also happening on Sunday, St. Clairsville Police got a call about an accidental shooting, leaving a 2-year-old dead. The Bureau of Criminal Investigation is currently reconstructing the scene. The shooting happened on North Market Street in the evening. The family's 3 children attend Martins Ferry schools, and the superintendent says that they will support the family with whatever they need. The school will have a therapist on site for any students who may be struggling with this tragedy.
Early Wednesday morning, officials received a call about a building engulfed in flames. The building turned out to be the J&B Bar, which has been in business for 60 years. First responders said the fire was not an easy one to fight due to how many times the building had been remodeled over the years. Luckily, no one was inside the business when the fire took place. Officials are saying that the building is a complete loss due to the fire that occurred. One of the owners of the building stated that they are starting the cleanup process as soon as possible to begin the journey moving forward. And don't go anywhere. We'll have a look at some national and state news.
After the break, we have more details on who is currently leading the Senate race in Pennsylvania. We'll be right back.
Hey man, what are you doing? Hey man, what are you doing? I don't think you're supposed to drive.
Nah man, it's all good. My house is like 20 seconds up that street.
It doesn't matter, it's still not a good idea. I don't think you're fit to drive.
Dude, we've been friends for like 10 years, man. Can't you trust me?
That doesn't matter here. I do trust you, but I don't think you're fit to drive.
Well then, just shut up. Shut up! I can totally drive myself a mile up to my house.
Fine then, if that's what you want to do, so be it. What the?
Every day in America, another 28 people die as a result of drunk driving crashes. Don't be the next victim.
You're watching Newsline 14.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. In the Pennsylvania Senate race, Democrat John Fetterman currently holds a 10-point lead over Mehmet Oz, commonly known as Dr. Oz. This is according to the latest survey conducted by the Morris Institute for Public Opinion. The survey shows Fetterman leading the race 51% to 41% over the Republican. With over 1,000 Pennsylvania residents surveyed in this poll, Fetterman is thought to be leading in all parts of the state except for the central region. According to Morris, Fetterman is leading in many different voter demographics. including voters with a salary above and below $50,000, voters that have and have not graduated from college, and white and non-white voters. With only 6 weeks left in this Senate race, the Morris Institute says most voters have already chosen their sides.
And staying in Pennsylvania, have you ever heard of the nude male walkers? The Northern Lancaster Police Department, located in Pennsylvania, said that they encountered a naked man on the streets while patrolling the neighborhood. The police officer chased down the man, however, but could not catch up to the naked man. They have received multiple reports on the nude male night walkers, but could not identify the suspect. They are requesting for anyone who has information about the incident to come forward or who has come in contact with the man to contact the Crime Watch Tip submission portal or call the NLC RPD Administrative Office at 717-733-0965.
And taking a look at some news in the Mountain State this afternoon, authorities in Oak Hill, West Virginia responded to an incident Tuesday just off of Route 19 North. Oak Hill police pursued a suspect in their vehicle. A fight between officers and the suspect followed the short vehicle pursuit, with a bag of an unknown substance being thrown in the officer's face. Oak Hill Police Chief Mike Wisman said both officers were administered Narcan following the altercation and hospitalized shortly after. The condition and identity of the officers, as well as any information on whether arrests have been made, remain unclear at this time.
Russia will formally annex 4 regions of Ukraine controlled by its military. This comes after Moscow-backed authorities staged votes in the occupied regions that were widely denounced as a sham. In a national address last week, Putin vowed that Russia would use all means at its disposal to protect what they consider to be their territory. The U.S. responded that any use of nuclear weapons by Russia would be met with a catastrophic response. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky says he is undeterred by the annexations and pledges to retake and liberate all of his country's territory under Russian control.
And taking a look at some national news this afternoon, Las Vegas police have apprehended a man who escaped prison earlier this week while serving a life sentence for a deadly 2007 explosion outside a Las Vegas Strip resort. Porfirio Durante was taken into custody by patrol officers late Wednesday night. It is not yet clear what led up to the arrest or how they tracked him down. Las Vegas police had announced a $30,000 reward for information leading to his capture just 2 hours before he was back in custody. And coming up next, it's your campus sports update.
Ian Phillips will have all the latest on Hilltopper sports right after the break.
Ann Albin Library is your destination for learning. Featuring over 200,000 items in print, audio, and video formats. Students have access to search for books of all kinds. Our state-of-the-art egg chairs give the user an immersive experience. We offer both Macs and Dells for your convenience. Please be sure to follow all signs. Our hours are Monday through Thursday 8 to 11, Fridays 8 to 4, Saturdays are closed, Sundays 5 to 11. Our friendly staff will assist in finding the right study material for you, whether it's a physical copy or on the school's database. The Paul N. Albin Library at West Liberty University. Please call 304-336-8261.
You're watching Newsline 14.
Welcome back, everyone, to Newsline 14. I'm Ian Phillips. Let's catch up on what has been happening in Hilltopper sports this week. The women's soccer team leads our sportscast as they are coming off a 2-1 victory last night against Alderson Broaddus in Mountain East Conference play. The Lady Toppers were down 1-0 at home until a goal came from Amelia Kopson. Isabella Bankovic placed a free kick inside the 18-yard box for Compton to finish with a header. With an exciting beginning first half, all notched up at 1 apiece, Coach Christmas's last Lady Toppers then came on in the second half to have Bankovic's free kick goal in the 61st minute to put the Toppers on top. Compton led the team with 5 shots, 3 on net, while Bankovic finished with her game winner and an assist. The Black and Gold will be home again on the Hilltop this Saturday, hosting Charleston with kickoff at 1. And on to the golf course now. The men's golf team shot a 299 on Tuesday in the final round of the home tournament at the Steubenville Country Club to finish in second place out of 12 teams that competed in the tournament. Alex Easthome tied the lowest round of the entire tournament at 2 under par, shooting a 70 on the day. Bo finished fourth with a total score of 222. Between the whole squad, the team finished with second most birdies in the whole event with 37 total. The Hilltoppers and the Black and Gold will have the Mountain East Conference Championship up next. The tournament is being held from October 3rd to the 5th at Avon Lakes Golf Club in Warren, Ohio. Back onto the soccer field now. The men's soccer team was on the opposite side of victory from the women's team as they fell by the score of 2-1 last night against Alderson Broaddus. The Toppers took an early lead in the 21st minute goal by Jamie Redmond. This was Redmond's first goal on the season. The equalizer from an AB came in the 38th minute and took the lead in the 63rd. Even out shooting the Battlers 13-9, the Toppers struggled to put the shots on net with only 5 in the match. The Toppers are back in action Saturday at the West Family Athletic Complex. They host Charleston as well with kickoff set at 3:30 following the women's game. And onto the football field now. The Hilltoppers football team is traveling to Glenville State Pioneers to take on them this Saturday at 1. The Hilltoppers are coming off a nail-biting win against West Virginia Wesleyan that ended in a game-winning field goal by Justin Kaplan. TJ Griffin led the air raid attack for the Toppers with 2 receiving touchdowns. The Pioneers are looking to get back above 500 after coming off a loss to Wheeling University, and the Toppers are looking to improve to a 4-1 start on the year and stay atop in the playoffs race in the Mountain East Conference. And more football. Local NFL teams docket. The Pittsburgh Steelers play host to the New York Jets. Both teams are coming off Week 3 losses. The Jets took a loss against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Steelers' L came to the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are traveling down to Atlanta Falcons, looking to improve to a 3-1 start behind the hot start. Their backup quarterback, Jacoby Brissett, as Deshaun Watson's serving his suspension, and the running back duo of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. And tonight, the Cincinnati Bengals are hosting the red-hot Miami Dolphins on Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. The Bengals torched the Jets last week while the Dolphins pulled off the upset against the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. The Bengals are debuting their white Bengal uniforms decked out in all white with a new alternate white helmet. And ending this sports update for you all with some new history made last night as we all must rise for Aaron Judge. The slugger from the New York Yankees reached baseball immortality last night with his 61st home run of the year. This ties the AL record for home runs in a single season, previously held by former Yankee Roger Maris. All eyes are on Aaron Judge now to see if he can hit home run number 62 before that regular season ends. The Yankees have 7 games left against Baltimore Orioles and Texas Rangers. Well, so you, I don't know, some history, some football, golf, soccer.
I mean, it seems like it was a good day on the Hilltop. Some wins there this week.
Finally.
Yes.
Let's keep it rolling for the weekend.
For the weekend, what can we expect this weekend, Ian?
Hilltop are winning football. Golf's going to go kill it. I don't know about soccer. We'll see.
We'll have to see. All right, everybody. Thanks, Ian, and stay tuned. Kaylee will have a look at your weather forecast right after the break.
Cooking can be a fun and delicious activity. A lot can go wrong if you're not careful. Here are a few tips to make sure your meal prep is pain-free. Keep raw meat and raw vegetables on separate surfaces to reduce chances of cross-contamination. Make sure your burner is clean so it does not cause any problems when it is ignited. Cook meat until it appears done on each side and take the internal temperature to make sure it is done all the way. Before cutting vegetables, make sure your cutting board is completely secured. When cutting vegetables, be very careful so you do not cut your own hand. Keep a firm grip on the knife and your veggies, and keep your left hand in a position out of the way of the knife. Make sure to keep an eye on everything you are cooking, especially things on high heat or meals that involve butter or oil so they don't burn. Cook your meat thoroughly before adding it to other ingredients. Wash your hands often throughout and clean up by washing your dishes when you're finished. Make sure to use these tips every time you cook to ensure your meal goes smoothly. This message was brought to you by WLU-TV.
You're watching Newsline 14.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. I'm Kaylee Carpino. Let's take a look at your campus weather. Today the skies are partly cloudy with a high of 61 degrees and a low of 42 degrees. It is currently 61 degrees on the hilltop with wind speeds of 8 miles per hour and 58% humidity. We'll see clear skies tonight with only an 8% chance of rain. There is a slight drop in wind at only 6 miles per hour and the humidity will rise to 82%. Now let's take a look at some national weather. Across the United States, it's about 87 degrees in Los Angeles. Down in Texas, it's currently 80 degrees. In the Kansas City area, it's around 69 degrees. In Miami, Florida, we're seeing temperatures around 86 degrees. Up in New York City, we are seeing temperatures around 67 degrees. And back in the Ohio Valley, we have 61-degree temperatures. We'll be right back after the break with your 5-day forecast.
When going outside, you put a coat on to protect yourself from the cold. When washing the dishes, you protect your hands from dry, itchy skin with gloves. So why wouldn't you use a condom when participating in sex? Stay safe and rubber up.
You're watching Newsline 14.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. On Thursday, we'll see partly cloudy skies with a high of 61 and a low of 42. Friday, we'll see some more partly cloudy skies with a high of 66 degrees and a low of 49 degrees. Moving on to this weekend, Saturday will be cloudy with some occasional rain showers with a high of 61 and a low of 52. On Sunday, there will be more clouds and rain showers with a high of 61 and a low of 51. On Monday, we'll see rain showers throughout the day with a high of 61 and a low of 48. Enjoy the weather this week.
I don't know, Kaylee. I was really excited for fall, but that is a little too much rain for my liking. I wish it was a little warmer, more sun. I like going to pumpkin patches and all of that, so we're going to be hoping for some more sun next week. And before we go, we wanted to show you this picture of a 1,300-pound pumpkin grown by a local family who hoped to win a prize at the 58th Annual Barnesville Pumpkin Festival that happened this past weekend. While the winner of the festival was a pumpkin weighing in over 2,400 pounds, this father and son put a lot of work into getting into festival ranks. Spending months and countless days and hours outside to get this giant pumpkin as big as it is, it took some fans, fertilizer, and a whole lot of love, according to this father-son duo.
That's right, Annalise. This father and son had to watch this pumpkin day and night to ensure it lived through hot weather, rain, and pesky animals. In fact, sometimes they had to go out and check on the pumpkin throughout the night and mornings, sometimes being out 9 to 10 hours a day tending to it. While they didn't win any prizes for their pumpkin this year, They say they still enjoyed the festival and will be back next year.
Well, you know, I was just talking about how much I like pumpkin patches. It's like having a pumpkin patch every day, being out there for that long.
Too big.
Is it too big?
I don't know if I could keep up with that.
Did either of you guys go to the Barnesville Pumpkin Festival this year?
I didn't go this year.
I did not either.
I'm
I was
having my
working.
own pumpkin fest.
You had your own?
Yeah.
How so?
It's a baby pumpkin.
It's a baby pumpkin. Oh, I see how it is. Okay, well, thank you for joining us this afternoon. That is unfortunately all the time we have for Newsline 14 this week. But we will see you next Thursday at 2 p.m. with more campus and local news updates. I'm Annalise Murphy.
And I'm Kaylee Carpino. Have a great weekend.